1 week after a deafening explosion of hate, silence for the innocent victims.
This is the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather and Connie Chung.
Good evening. 1 week after the bombing in Oklahoma, search teams are still digging for victims, taking down the building piece by piece. And piece by piece, government investigators are assembling a criminal case. As correspondent Jim Stewart reports, the Oklahoma bombing was just the beginning of what was to be a campaign of terror.
CBS News has learned Oklahoma City bombing suspect Tim McVeigh apparently had plans to attack more federal buildings had he not been arrested. Agents found a card McVeigh allegedly tried to hide in the rear seat of a police car shortly after his car was stopped the day of the bombing. Written on the back of a Wisconsin gun dealer's business card was the note, "Need more 5-pound sticks TNT after May 1. Analysts have found traces of TNT in McVeigh's car, and sources say TNT may have been part of the explosive device used in the Oklahoma City bombing. Several witnesses say they saw McVeigh in the still unidentified John Doe No. 2 scouting other federal buildings in the Midwest days before the blast. Meanwhile, authorities say Terry Nichols, one of two brothers held as witnesses in the case, told them McVeigh called him 3 days before the blast. "Something big is going to happen," Nichols quoted McVeigh. Nichols also acknowledges giving McVeigh a lift to Junction City, Kansas, where the bomb truck was rented. Authorities, meanwhile, asked people calling in tips not to believe reports John Doe 2 has a foreign accent.
So please, if you're trying to identify the unknown suspect number 2, please make it on the sketches provided and not anything else.
Sources also discounted theories that John Doe No. 2 died in the explosion, citing the absence of body parts mingled with the remains of the bomber's truck. Many of the tips on the missing suspect come primarily from the area around Fort Riley, Kansas, where McVeigh and Terry Nichols served together, and from Junction City, Kansas, and Harrington, Kansas, Terry Nichols' home. Some agents now believe the missing suspect may be in hiding as opposed to on the run, and authorities are stepping up surveillance of people who might have provided sanctuary. Jim Stewart, CBS News, Washington.
We have just a bit of new insight tonight into the mind of Timothy McVeigh from letters he wrote 3 years ago to his hometown newspaper. The Lockport, New York Union Sun and Journal today republished the letters. In one, McVeigh complains about crime, taxes, and politicians, and he asks, quote, "Do we have to shed blood to reform the current system? I hope it doesn't come to that," he says, but it might. In another letter, McVeigh complains about butchering animals for food. He asks, and I quote, "Does the public have any pity or respect for these animals?" In Oklahoma City today, the fire chief vowed that the rescue effort will not stop until all bodies are recovered. But as correspondent Scott Pelley reports, rescue workers did stop this morning for a moment.
9:02, Amazing Grace. Then silence. And the tough guys break. 9:02 in Oklahoma, and America stops. New York City, Eagan, Minnesota. 9:02 on the watch of Skip Fernandez, just finishing a 12-hour search for the sound of a voice.
What's in there now?
Hope that there is someone still that we'll be able to rescue alive.
7 days to the minute and no way to count the loss. 105 missing, maybe more. 98 bodies removed. 2 more children last night.
We've obviously gotten down to one section of the daycare center. Some of the toys and stuff started coming out.
Too many, too awful, even for the medical examiner for whom